In today's episode, we take you into the heart of America's homeland firepower, the M109A6 Paladin artillery system, and the National Guard troops behind it. In a world filled with rising global tensions and unpredictable threats, the U.S. continues to show that its reserve forces are just as capable and just as ready as any frontline unit. The 2nd Battalion, 138th Field Artillery Regiment of the Kentucky Army National Guard is not just another reserve unit. With a long-standing history of overseas deployments, from the Middle East to Eastern Europe, they represent the finest tradition of what we call citizen soldiers. While they may come from small towns across Kentucky, teachers, factory workers, mechanics when the call comes, they don the uniform and become precision warriors. This battalion operates the M109A6 Paladin, the backbone of modern U.S. artillery power. Their recent live-fire exercises are more than training, they're preparation for the real thing. The message is clear: no threat will catch them off guard. Let's talk hardware. The M109A6 Paladin is a self-propelled howitzer capable of delivering 155mm high-explosive shells with pinpoint accuracy. Its effective range? Over 30 kilometers. Its purpose? To dominate the battlefield with overwhelming fire support. But it's not just about range and firepower. The Paladin uses a digital fire control system, automated loading, and GPS targeting, allowing it to move, fire, and relocate in record time. In combat, this shoot-and-scoot capability is vital, avoiding counter-battery strikes and keeping crews alive. In recent exercises, the 2-to-138th practiced under high-stress, high-tempo battlefield conditions. Crews were required to rapidly receive fire missions, load ammunition, acquire targets, and deliver precise fire within seconds. This wasn't a parade. It was the simulation of real combat, including simulated electronic warfare, drone threats, and unpredictable terrain. The goal? To make sure that when real conflict arrives, they're already one step ahead. Commanders call it combat credible readiness. Soldiers call it reality. Some might think the National Guard only works within U.S. borders. Not true. The Kentucky Guard, along with other state units, regularly deploys in support of NATO, overseas exercises, and global stabilization missions. They've operated in Poland, Germany, and the Middle East, proving that reserve forces can match active duty troops in skill, discipline, and lethality. In an era where peer and near-peer threats loom large, this matters more than ever. Adversaries around the world are watching, and the U.S. is showing that even its part-time forces are full-time ready. Because when rival nations observe U.S. troops training at this level, even National Guard units, it sends a clear strategic message. The U.S. is deep. Its strength isn't just in its active forces, but in thousands of trained, equipped, and combat-ready troops spread across every state. When a single artillery battalion in Kentucky can hit targets 30 kilometers away, deploy overseas, and operate as a professional fighting force, it forces global competitors to think twice. Paladins rolling, troops locking in. America's adversaries are watching. And yes, some are shocked. In an uncertain world, one thing is certain: the U.S. National Guard is no backup plan. It is a core part of America's military posture. The 2-to-138th proves that from Kentucky farmlands to frontline conflict zones, the Paladin is not just a weapon, it's a symbol of readiness. And the soldiers who operate it are trained, motivated, and ready to fight if called. The Paladins are armed, the soldiers are trained, and the message to any adversary is unmistakable. Russia shocked. U.S. National Guard Paladin artillery is ready for the battlefield. If you want more real-world military analysis, frontline footage, and insight into how the U.S. stays ready, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.